Hello, everybody. Our Sefer and Parsha of Bemidbar opens with the divine command to take yet another census of the Jewish people, this one being held in the month of Iyar, of Chodesh Iyar of the second year from the time that they left Mitzrayim. And the wording of the Torah is Se'ut Rosh Kol Adat B'nei Yisrael L'mishpachotam L'veit Avotam B'mispar Shemot Kol Zachar L'gulgalotam. They were to count each and every person by name of the males. Each and every single person would submit their name, Ploni, the son of Ploni, and thus they would have yet another census. Rashi paraphrases the words of the Medrash in trying to understand why there was a need for still one more census. And the wording that Rashi gives is that because of Hashem's love for Am Yisrael, the Mishkan having been erected but 1 month before on Rosh Chodesh Nisan, so therefore he wanted to count them. Just as a person who has something very near and dear, something very precious, something very sentimental, very expensive, whatever it is, he will constantly check to see that it's there. If it's something that's countable, he will make sure that nothing is missing. And so too HaKadosh Baruch Hu did with Am Yisrael. Rabbi Cheskel of Kushnitz, however, addresses a very interesting question. Rabbi Cheskel, by the way, was the grandfather of the first Admor of Mudgets. Rabbi Cheskel of Kushnitz raises a question that we know halachically. Anything that is given to being counted suggests that it has innate chashivut, importance. So therefore, the question that arises is, what, each and every single Jew was to be counted as if they each had the same kind of chashivut and importance? That is rather unlikely. Answers Rabbi Cheskel, based on the Mishnah in Pirkei Avot in the 4th chapter, that we have to be careful with each and every person with whom we interact. She'ein lacha adam, she'ein lo sha'ah. Every single person has a time that is propitious. However, we can also understand it in a different vein. Every person has a time where he shines forth. Every person has schuyot, certain merits that are there. And therefore, if we are medaktek in the paraphrase of Rashi, he says, Mitoch chibatan lefanav, moneh otam kol sha'ah. Every hour, there is in every single hour another group of people that it's their time, it's their zechut, their value. Every Jew has a contribution to be made. That's the idea of a Jewish census. It runs exactly polar opposite to what normally is the purpose of a national census. We're not interested in the individual per se. We are interested in communal statistics. How many people come from a certain age group, ethnic group, economic standing, and whatever which way one wants to identify and analyze the group at large, but is to tell us something about the group at large and not the individual. The Jewish census is a focus on the individual. Yes, at the end of the day, we have a grand sum total of how many people were included in this census. But what's of fascinating interest is that it was to be b'mispar shemot. If the real purpose of the census was God needed to know yet again how many Jews there are, then every Jew could have given a half a shekel and they would have counted the shekels. But it was b'mispar shemot, by name. Every Jew appeared and said, my name is Moshe ben Amram, and my name is Aaron ben Amram. My name is Yehuda ben Yaakov. everybody had importance and therefore was identified not as yet another number, not as another half shekel coin to be counted without identifying whose half shekel coin it is, but rather to look at every single component Jew of Am Yisrael in this census and to appreciate that all of us have value. Some perhaps more than others. But ein lecha adam she'ein lo sha'ah. Every Jew has to be treated with dignity and respect because every Jew has tremendous importance in the eyes of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shabbat Shalom and Chodesh Tov.